From the D.E. Smith Center in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, it's the North Carolina Tar Heels taking on the Louisville Cardinals. For Louisville, he had foot surgery back in November. With Corey Alexander, I'm Doug Sherman, and we are set for basketball from the Dean Dome.
They came off an 18-day pause where they were beaten 85-48 at Wisconsin after those 18 days. Now, after 19 days, they come take one in Chapel Hill. And also, this is the first time North Carolina's had a home game, a home ACC conference game in their last 5 attempts.
Twitter for their next game. It was just announced a couple of hours ago that Marquette will travel to Chapel Hill for a game on ESPN2.
The Tar Heels easily, so I'm sure this is a game that Garrison Britches had scheduled on his calendar to make sure.
Walton gives it to Leaky Black, who fires away. Too strong. Offensive rebound, Baycott. He banks it up and in.
The ACC, and I believe leads the country.
Well, they lead the nation in rebound margin as well, plus 11 per game. Great position, nice feed. Continue to struggle from the free throw line. They are off to a 1-for-6 start tonight. Did so much for those who have come since in the last half century.
You know, and the thing is, there's incapable of being Final Four level, even national championship teams. I think when you look at the styles, two completely contrasting styles, and you see Coach Mack going to a 2-3 zone, which is not something very characteristic of him, but I believe that has a lot to do with the opponent one in North Carolina and their shooting woes. But you see Malik Williams and his effectiveness early in the game, Pittsburgh, but I think their chances definitely took a major hit today with the not picking up that win over Florida State. So again, I root for the Orange. I just don't do it in front of you. Chris Mack knows very well about this. He knows his personnel, which guys he can play longer stretches, and also he knows for the Tar Heels has been their ability to take care of the basketball. And they have a positive assist-to-turnover ratio as Walton knocks down another 3.
Davis couldn't get the rebound. Carolina with it. Lob to the rim. Kessler
won that battle and continues to play good basketball, coming off a career-high 9 assists.
Impressive the development of Caleb Love, but to me, Kerwin Walton is the difference in this team because his ability to make shots opens up the floor, and this is the best I've seen Carolina run.
Now the largest lead of the night for North Carolina, and as Fonz talked about, seems like in the last 4 or 5 minutes, maybe fatigue and the legs are starting to catch up with the Cardinals.
Don't give yourself that much credit.
I'm the one who said he changed the dynamic of the team. I teed you up, and then Seth went on with that. Kessler with a nice pass, and the finish by Day'Ron Sharp.
And Day'Ron Sharp continues.
There he is passing out to the wing, getting it back for all but 29 seconds of this first half. Can Carolina cash in on the turnover? Indeed they can. It makes this Louisville team that much more formidable.
And a great start for the Cards coming out of the halftime locker room, and just like that, now it's a 15-point game.
Of their 21 made field goals, they've got 13 assists, and it seems like half of those at least have been between their 4 big guys. Over 17 per game, and another chance off another UNC turnover.
He does get back on this one and deny the 2 points from Carlik Jones. Nice block, but
the stretch in the last 2 weeks of the regular season. Now, as far as Louisville is concerned, what would concern me isn't so much losing this game.
Now, Joe, when you look at this, and Louisville has played a league-low 9 games to this point.
Well, think of it this way, Corey. The committee members, they have a binder of player availability.
You know, they got walloped their first 3 games and then seemed to figure it out. Now they're back on pause.
They've come out of pause and just not looked like the ranked team that we saw in November and December. And really, who are we to judge? We don't know what's going on off the court.
Notre Dame and possibly Pittsburgh. Which of those 4 ACC teams has the best chance of being able to move into the field, even if it's an 11 seed, and it leaves a bad taste in the mouth of the people that he's leaving? There was none of that at Radford. Of course, he would have been spectacular at Radford this year, but you know, he wanted to challenge himself and has done just that. Difference with the Cards, their defensive rhythm, of course, they're 1 for 12 from beyond the three-point arc, which is not great. Well, with the schedule they have coming up, I hope that's not who they are, because if so, it's going to cost them some games. You have to be able to finish plays off at the free throw line when you get those opportunities, especially when you attack the basket, get all the way to the rim.
And that was the 4th assist for Playtech. And again, 22 assists on 31 made field goals before that bucket.
Good book.
This is true. But yes, it's been a long time for Duke, and we talked about it. You and I had their game last Saturday.
And North Carolina is playing some of its best basketball of the season right now and finding ways to win even when they don't shoot the basketball well. On Wednesday, making the 10th Tar Heels to have a double-figure game this season. They've been able to do whatever they've wanted. And again, you know, always have to mention the fact that Louisville has not played as a team in close to 3 weeks. Covering Louisville games and getting an opportunity to talk with Kenny, and I'm starting to feel like you didn't believe me.
Walter Kessler,
Kessler now with 6 points and gets a steal, opportunity for 2 more. Look at him stretch out. The big fella. And of course, I love my alma mater. I mean, who wouldn't love being a reigning national champion? I mean, who wouldn't love that? You loved that once.
My
I love that
goodness. Pay dividends for the Tar Heels going forward. And here is one of them, Anthony Harris, coming back from a concussion.
Gotten back into this North Carolina lineup and is a difference maker, especially on the defensive end for them.
Playtech leaves it for Kessler, who throws it down.
COVID effect on Louisville, because I mean this is not who the Louisville Cardinals are, but this is what COVID has done in college basketball right now.
99-54. Carolina can run out the clock as it will improve to 14-7 overall, 8-5 in the ACC, and still undefeated at home this year, Corey.